Hello everyone, and welcome back to Risk of Rain. Today we're doing an achievement video, or challenge depending upon how you view it, where I'm going to be going through the game on Rainstorm, believe it or not, with every single artifact aside from the last one activated in order to get the last artifact. Joining me today are Tie Tuesday.
Howdy.
And Highwang.
This sounds like a nightmare.
It is. Particularly considering that I'm going to note this now, this was my first time unlocking this. This was before things like getting 100 fucking barbed wires that came in, and all those different, like, let's pretty much break everything things came to be, and I pretty much did this vanilla. So as a summary, because, Ty, you don't have any experience with the new update.
No, I haven't touched it since the update.
So, here's what all of these artifacts will be doing to me throughout this playthrough. First off, all enemies spawn as elites.
And you're level 1. It gets much worse.
Next up, only one enemy type spawns per map.
That doesn't sound too bad in my opinion, because like
it's one of the saving graces of this.
That could go one way or the other really hard, it seems.
Archer bugs.
Next up, one random skill will lock every minute.
Oh no!
This can, by the way, include your basic attack.
Oh man, what? Have you announced what character you're playing for this?
Not yet. I will do that. I will do that in a moment.
Okay.
Could you just
next
imagine
up
like
is...
running around and forgetting how to do a basic gunshot? That's the funniest thing ever.
I forgot how to shoot guns. Oh fuck!
I forgot how to shoot guns one way, but I can still shoot it this way.
I forgot how to move my finger. Oh
no! Next up, enemies will explode into cluster bombs upon their death.
So I have experience with this because when Risk of Rain went on sale recently, I got a bunch of my friends and we played that. And then when the first thing we got was the cluster bomb perk, and everybody was saying, "Oh man, turn this on. This is going to be great." 5 minutes later, they were cursing my name.
Yep. Next up after that is I will be dealing 500% of my normal damage, but I will have 10% of my normal health.
That actually sounds great. That
sounds like a lot of fun, actually. Yeah.
It is. Actually, it's one of my favorites.
Seriously, I would play the entire mode with that mod on. That sounds perfect for this game.
And it is also the reason that it is also the main reason I picked the class I did for this. But next up is Enigma, which is that you are granted a use item that when you use it will have a random effect.
Was there a suicide button in this game, or is that Binding of Isaac only?
There is no suicide button, but there is the lost doll that has actually murdered me before.
That's awesome.
Yep. Next up is Sacrifice, which is chests no longer spawn, but enemies will sometimes drop items.
Now this is going to offset another perk, isn't it?
This is going to offset Command. Items are no longer random.
How does that work?
It'll be in the video.
Okay.
And then my actual personal favorite artifact of them all, Spirit. Characters, including enemies and yourself, gain movement speed the lower their health is.
Oh god.
Oh.
Wait. Is this in regard to max HP or just period?
It is based upon how low your health is in comparison to your max HP. It's a percentage.
I was gonna say, because if it's like just like you have 10 HP, you go light speed now, I would die laughing at that combination.
The combination of class, no, you are at normal speed when you start off.
Okay.
In any case, today we will be playing as the Bandit.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Yeah. You know where this is going.
That lockdown. Oh my god, okay.
It's not as effective as you'd think.
Yeah.
Because there's another thing that ends up happening, but without further ado, let's get this thing started. So...
Oh god, crabs. No.
Yep, we wound up with sand crabs as our first enemy, and the thing with the way that Kin and Honor, the one enemy type spawns, and there's the cluster bombs.
That's a tame example of it. Wait till we get to the boss.
Yeah, well, fortunately, that's another thing, is that Kin prevents bosses from spawning.
What?
Really?
No,
Yes.
like, even what?
It prevents bosses aside from Providence from spawning.
That's
So
kind of
when you hit the
disappointing, in my opinion.
Yeah, teleport. That'd be weird, though, if you did get, like, on a higher difficulty, and it just spawned nothing but bosses.
Here's the thing, is that recently I decompiled the game.
Oh yeah, I saw your tweets about that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And okay, this is one issue right here. We're running into it right there. There I was running the hell away because my basic attack was locked out.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Well, it just seems weird, too, because a lot of the Bandit's gameplay is based on being able to throw down combos and stuff, right? To, like, get all your refreshes immediately?
That's a lot of it, but the thing is that right now I have what is kind of the ideal setup for the Bandit.
Oh yeah, your smoke bomb is locked down, isn't it?
No, my dynamite is locked down.
Oh.
The smoke bomb I want to have around, because that is my only method of gaining quick safety.
Wait, what's
Like
that
that.
meter?
That was me just using the use item to see if I would wind up getting the captain's brooch. And I didn't. I got prescription.
Oh, okay. Wait, what's prescription do?
Prescription
Oh,
increases your attack speed and damage.
Yeah.
But the thing is that essentially what I was planning here, and it worked a few times in my other runs of this. Right now I'm just trying to keep things spawning on either one side or the other of me, because the thing is that with Sacrifice around, the one that makes it so that chests don't spawn, you can speedrun the game significantly faster.
Oh yeah, because you're not looking for treasure. You just get stuff from dudes.
Yep, and right there, that is the most useless one you can get for this run. Pillaged gold is completely worthless on this, while trying to do this achievement, because of, essentially, your gold is worthless.
Oh
it
my
doesn't
god.
matter. This is how command works.
I thought it completely offsets the fact that it's... Whoa, this is nuts. This changes everything.
Yeah, do you lose points for using command? Since it seems like that would help a shitload, being able to just pick stuff.
There's a score modifier for each of them, I think. But the thing is that I haven't been able to track down exactly what the score modifiers are yet. I'm fairly sure that command will give you a negative score modifier, though, because it is actually a powerful item. The issue with it is that currently it's kind of bugged out when you're using a controller. It's gonna speed. I just sped that up a little bit.
Yeah, that's...
But when you're using a controller, command can be a double-edged sword, because I don't know if you've noticed there's what Spite does. A lot of cluster bombs everywhere, and I have no health.
This is actually tame compared to, say, going in and fighting a Colossi with Spite on. That is
yes,
the most
well,
awesome
we will see that. We will see that later on, but it's a weird little bit of a thing of how that works.
You're getting medkits? Isn't that, like, kind of counterintuitive to your low HP?
That's the thing, is that with the way that I'm playing this, actually, I discovered that the medkit can be remarkably useful. Almost because of your low HP.
Does it heal a set amount?
It heals 10 HP if you have one, and then it goes up by 10 every stack.
Oh,
yeah. This requires that you have to be hit, which is troublesome because you have no HP.
This is why I picked the Bandit, by the way. Right here is when it gets very evident as to why it is that I decided to go with the Bandit.
Headshots, aren't you?
Well, essentially, right now I have no ability to use my basic attack. So, fortunately, I grabbed the crowbar, and now I can do that.
Oh my god, that's smart. Holy shit.
What just happened even? What did you just do?
I used one attack, and that happened.
Well, Ty, here's what's happening. Headshot is a 500% damage modifier alongside his current glass cannon build, but crowbar also increases that by 10%. So, wow, that's insane.
Yeah, I was like, that's a big number. And yeah, well, that seems like the medkit too is helping kind of mitigate some of the fall damage you take with.
Yeah,
That's pretty much why the medkit exists.
Yeah, and like normally the medkit is one of the worst white items that you can have, but in this case, due to the... Okay, this is something I should point out really quickly. As I said earlier, I decompiled the game. I figured out how much the Small Enigma reduces your item cooldown by. The Small Enigma is a thing that only spawns if you that only happens if you have the Enigma Enigma artifact activated. Essentially, any time that something would drop a use item, that drops instead, which reduces the cooldown of your use items by 5%. And then that happened. And this is one thing that I love about Spirit, in this case, when I'm playing as the Bandit, is because pretty frequently, due to my extraordinarily low HP, I will wind up getting hit by something, and one more hit will have killed me, so I will smoke bomb and run.
Oh, that's... okay.
Yeah. I decided to start using Hit It Sun as kind of the music for these in-between sections.
Yeah, you're pretty much going to be spending the entire time camping.
Yep, because there's no point in going out and exploring because of Sacrifice, which I'm fairly sure that Sacrifice is honestly my most hated of all of the... And
that's the Sacrifice
artifacts.
is what the don't drop, or enemies drop items instead of chests.
Bison.
Oh god.
Oh, no. No.
And,
I play Miner frequently, and this enemy sucks.
Yep. But fortunately enough, I'm going to be doing something here that is essentially, I'm fairly sure, what makes me actually win this run.
You're gonna farm
and that's
something, aren't you?
And that's that I'm gonna be showing off a secret area.
Yes!
This is our first time going to Boar Beach. Boar Beach is a really weird little thing that exists in this game.
You know what this is, right?
I do know what it is.
Okay, just making sure.
Essentially, Boar Beach is a level that you can go to in the Ancient Valley if it spawns in the proper manner. It spawns with the enemies in it already spawned, and the only enemy that can actually spawn within it, as you can see by the kin notification in the top right, is the Toxic Beast. And so essentially, what I'm doing here is that I have the infusion.
Oh, you're farming HP. Yeah, that's what I thought was going to
I'm
happen.
farming max HP so that I don't die as quickly.
Well, I'm going to go get a soda now because you're going to be at this for hours.
I'm just showing off everything and then I speed it up, don't worry.
Wait, your use item was a Jar of Souls, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Why are there right, there is I haven't played this game forever.
The other thing is that right now I'm having a bit of an issue because
Pigs are lightning fast.
and also my basic attack is locked out again.
Ow.
There we go. We're back now.
Okay,
Takes the bacon.
That is like the worst thing that can happen when you're dealing with a crowd of enemies, is when your basic attack winds up getting locked out because you just can't do anything about them.
I want to kill stuff, but the game won't let me.
And essentially what you do with Boar Beach is a weird thing because you can seriously access this area at any time as long as it's there, if you've completed the teleporter.
Oh, right, ghosts.
Yeah, fun fact that I pointed out in the update video, but I'm going to point out again because why not? That the ghosts, when they despawn or get killed and Spite winds up happening, those bombs they explode with are actually on your side. They will hurt your enemies. Also that.
Oh god.
There we go. That's the good stuff.
Holy shit, that's wonderful.
Yep.
Now keep in mind, even on a normal difficulty, if you find this place, you could farm perks forever.
Yep, and you can essentially farm items forever, but the issue is that you wind up falling behind in time. Mm-hmm. Which is the reason that I only stay here for a little bit as far as this HP farming thing goes.
Oh, I see. That's right, you're not
Yeah.
farming for items, you're farming for health.
Yeah, and
Yes.
you have the whole 500% damage, was it 10% health thing?
Yep.
Yeah. Now does the timer still run at the same speed?
Timer still runs at the same speed.
Oh damn! So that would help a lot as far as not having to worry about running into laughter too quickly.
Yeah.
Oh god, there's so many toxic beasts. What the fuck?
Yeah, I kind of let things get out of hand right here.
Health go.
Up and down very, very fast. Thank you, Medkit.
This is awesome.
This is ludicrous. I kind of thought that was great.
Now, why is your control for getting items so messed up? It's like spaz-
Because controllers,
Oh, right.
for some reason.
I got 200.
283 health. Okay.
I can fight
And
stuff
I was there
now,
for about
Mom.
8 minutes. I can survive now. The thing is that I also grabbed a couple of bitter roots to make my life a little bit easier in that way.
It's like it's
I grabbed a
7%
war
max
banner.
HP.
I grabbed a war banner to make to essentially make it so that since I'm pretty early on in the game right now, those things are relatively useful. And I grabbed the monster tooth essentially just as an extra bit of health. The other thing that I grabbed that I think is something that people should probably grab immediately after getting the infusion in this kind of a run is the 56 leaf clover.
Yeah, because that increases drop rate because on champions.
Yes,
Does that,
and
like,
everything's an elite.
Yeah, doesn't that compound with like enemies have a chance to drop items mod as well?
Yes. Yes, it compounds with that, and so essentially, the thing is that. Okay, I'm gonna quickly say what my primary issue with this whole thing is, and I'm going to kind of spoil what winds up happening at the end. I don't get a single red item for this entire run at all. I don't get a single rare item because the thing is that the sacrifice thing makes it so that the items that enemies drop are essentially randomized based essentially like the way that a shrine works. So
You can't get red items in a shrine, though, can you?
you can get red items at a shrine. It is just a very low chance.
Ugh, that's not fun.
And so since you don't get bosses, you
Nope,
never
no
get-
items from that either.
Yeah, because bosses are usually where you get the big items.
Yep.
Yeah, what fun is
And-
the game without like 4 Heavens Cracker?
Yep. That would have been wonderful.
Yeah,
Now-
seriously. Holy crap.
Oh god, the elite colors just make this look wonderful. You're
looking
gonna
at the
get
shells,
fucked up.
baby.
You're gonna get fucked up by the Rainbow Squad. Go get back over here, motherfucker.
Snow Golem Rangers go.
Especially
I was about
love
to
that,
say,
like,
this reminds me of that new game that's coming out, Chroma Rangers, except this is this is like golems.
I just
We're
love
in
too
space.
the low health speed up thing. Kind of makes them look really wonky when they're running
Yep.
extra fast. It's like, hey, don't get back.
I will kill you now.
Does it speed up their attack animations too, or is it just movement speed?
Just movement speed,
Oh,
thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would not be fun if it was attack speed as well, because you would never catch a break.
Now, right here is when the bandit starts to lose favor in a lot of ways. Like, I can kill them, with the headshot, but I do have to lower them first now. I only deal about half their health and damage with a headshot.
Yeah, I always have a problem with the bandits that whenever I try to headshot someone, they always have that magic pixel that says, lol, nope, you're not getting it.
Yep. Although, fortunately enough, that is significantly easier to get with glass around. And there's a reason I'm not speeding this whole thing up, and that's essentially that I've been spending the majority of this at about a quarter health. And also, this winds up happening. Thank you, Somerang!
Somerang is my all-time favorite use item. It's the best.
And this is the other thing, is that I'm dealing with, like, all of these elites and everything right now, and I have no safety. The thing locked out my smoke bomb.
Ooh. This would only be worse if you had the champion that also shoots with those red missiles that pretty much evaporate you.
There were 2 of them down there. There's still 1, I believe. And those missile guys actually wind up being remarkably less of a problem. And now I'm just going to continue shooting things from a distance because things have stopped spawning.
Oh crap, my video stopped at 15 minutes. What? Sorry about the interruption, folks. I'm a dumbass. Anyways. Oh, good.
Yep. I'm just gonna start shooting at things from a distance at this point, so no real point in watching all of that. So instead, enjoy this little bit of Golem Rock.
Yeah. Golem
That's what I'm gonna call it, Golem Rock.
You mean rock? Oh god. Oh no.
Oh god, I just made a layered pun and I didn't mean to.
Oh no.
I'm sorry. I'm so
Now,
sorry,
I don't
everybody.
remember much about the gun players since I always played melee. Do you have infinite range?
No.
Huh.
Each different gun character has a different range assigned to them, but inevitably, aside from the Enforcer, everybody's gun goes off-screen to a certain extent. And by the way, this is where I'm going to show off the actual game plan with the Bandit.
Ooh, man.
Because
those red
Wisps
missiles.
don't have much health. And so with one dynamite and one headshot, I can actually kill them. And then I can start doing this.
Nice.
Just kind of looping back and forth. Man, those red missiles, they fucking hurt though.
Yeah,
one of those
that's
they did
ridiculous.
like 200 something.
Are red missiles percent or just raw damage? Because I'm so weirded out by how much damage they do at times.
They are raw damage. They're essentially the same as an ATG.
Oh.
But for an enemy. So they do. So it's raw damage, but a lot of it.
Speaking of ATG, I haven't seen any in those menu selects. It's so weird.
ATGs are a green item.
Oh,
Eh.
sure.
And I have only gotten 2 green items this entire time.
Okay, I don't know if this is a thing that's been added in since I last played, but what were those like things you just laid on the ground that were shooting little red lines up?
Oh, those are landmines.
That was a minefield.
Oh,
I
okay.
used the
The Enigma, yeah.
Enigma and wound up with minefield, which
Okay,
is
that's
kind of
right.
terrible.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's right. This Enigma thing throw me for a loop.
Yep,
How many
Pretty much.
small Enigmas are you at 2 right now?
I'm at 2
So
currently.
it's like a 10% reduction at this point.
Yep, which is honestly like I think that's a good way of dealing with the fact that you're not gonna get any use items.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also at this point I'm going to start trying to go for a gimmick, and I'm going to
crit.
spoil things in advance. It doesn't work.
Isn't
We're
there
just
like
gonna-
a crit cap?
No.
Huh.
That's the thing that I'm trying to go for, is that I'm trying to get 12 Lensmaker's glasses together. Normally it would be 14 in order to make it so that you have a 100% crit chance. But the Bandit actually has his own critical rating go up with his level.
Oh, cool.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
So essentially I'm going to try to do that, and I'm going to try to go for a gimmick with it. But as I said earlier, I don't get a red item for this entire time. And so what I'm doing here
Oh, I
with the
know what you're
Lensmaker's
trying to
glasses
do.
winds up being completely worthless.
Ah, no, full crit is like double damage the entire game.
It is double damage, but I prefer survivability, all things considered. I do enough damage.
You prefer
So-
having full cooldown all the time.
So what was this
Yep.
rad thing you were trying to do?
There's an item called the Wicked Ring
Yep.
that makes it so that every time that you get a critical hit, all of your cooldowns are reduced by 1.
Oh damn!
So with inevitable crit, it winds up... It's essentially how you break the game with command if you don't have sacrifice on. But I do have sacrifice on, and I can't do it.
So it just didn't work. Oh, what a
Nope.
bummer.
Life is suffering.
Oh yeah, quick question about command. So when you're in those menus, does the game timer still run, and do enemies still attack
Game
you?
timer still runs, everything still runs, you can still be hit, but you can't attack back.
So you can still do. So you can do command in multiplayer, then I presume.
Yes.
Are all the artifacts viable for multiplayer?
I believe so. I haven't tried them yet, but I believe that they are, yes.
Oh,
I think
awesome.
that, and I believe that they apply to everyone, so if you put on glass, then... if you put on
modifiers, yeah, I
glass,
was gonna
then
say
everyone
artifacts,
has
yeah.
glass.
Oh man.
And the other thing is that I meant to say this earlier, but I got distracted. The way that the game works as far as enemy spawning goes, as it turns out, is that over time, a thing in the game called the Director kind of gets points. And the more that the difficulty increases, the more points it gets per second. And then it uses those points to kind of determine what spawns.
Huh.
The thing is that in order to use the thing is that elites and certain enemy types have bigger point values for the Director to spend out.
So you don't.
So the fact that I'm on ICU difficulty currently, and I'm getting elite temple guards, not many are going to wind up spawning because the Director won't have the points to spend to spawn them.
Huh, that's interesting.
Oh.
I thought it was just like I didn't think there was a rule to that. That's great. That's nuts.
Yeah, that's how this works.
So
Hey,
that's like
chest.
that's something they kind of put into place, then I presume, to keep you from getting overwhelmed early game. So if there were, like, it kind of evens out the tough enemies with the easier ones.
It's essentially a way to make it so that it varies. What spawns varies, but at the same time, it's not going to rush you down at the very beginning with stuff, like temple guards, for example.
Yeah.
This was actually remarkably easy due to that, because, like, normally dealing with a swarm of elite temple guards would be a hellscape, but, like, maybe 14 of the things actually wound up spawning.
Nice.
So,
Wow.
I didn't even have all that much to deal with right there.
I know this song.
Yes. Since we're going now into this one, I've been using a series of different OSTs during the contact light, because I spend a long time here quite frequently.
Now here's an interesting.
Particularly this time.
Now here's an interesting thing. Because you're using the sacrifice ring in conjunction with champions, and that reduces the enemy spawns, does that make the frame rate a lot more bearable?
Yep.
Oh, thank God. I need to unlock these perks now.
Particularly considering the fact that that the enemy that Kin decided to give me this time around was the Archaic Wisp. And the Archaic Wisp is the single most powerful thing that can spawn on this map.
Oh,
so
God.
the least number of them winds up spawning.
Yeah, I like this game a lot, but man, it just runs so poorly.
It runs really poorly on this thing, and actually, you know what? Well, I'm just gonna say it now. I've been paying attention to the devs' Tumblr. Apparently, they are planning to switch the game over to a different architecture relatively soon. That will improve the performance.
Hooray.
As in not Game Maker, or a different type of Game Maker thing?
It is a different type of Game Maker thing that is designed to work in multiple different systems. I believe they also plan on porting it to the PS4.
Okay, good, because I've seen other Game Maker games improve their game performance, so I was wondering why in the world...
It's because a new Game Maker version released called Game Maker Elite, I think. And this is programmed in Game Maker 8.
In all fairness, I mean, huge props to the team. They fucking pushed Game Maker to the limit with
Yes.
this. This is,
Yeah.
It's incredible work they did that they managed to get that out of it. But yeah, it does have some frame rate dropping pretty frequently. Okay, I had a question too. Since you don't spend your money on anything, I know it's kind of like a small amount and usually doesn't play too much into the game, especially because you're buying chests. Does the end, like, when you end levels, stuff, money usually turns to experience?
Yes.
Does that still happen?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
think it's a constant, but like since there's so little money in this game, and the returns on that EXP are not great, he's not going to see much out of it.
No. Though right now, I'm actually farming for money for the first time. Period. Because one thing that I wound up realizing, because while I was doing my runs of this where I failed, which unfortunately I lost the footage for, I ended up realizing that after about the fourth time that he murdered me, Providence is a big problem.
No kidding, Lord.
He is a gigantic issue while you're dealing with these things, because he becomes... Well, his big issue, generally speaking, is the fact that he has that shield of his.
Yeah.
And so glass winds up being a complete non-entity.
Oh yeah, I always wonder if that was like a % damage reduction, or does it just send
It's
it
one.
to 1? Yeah.
It's 1.
That's cool,
End of
but
story.
also really frustrating. Oh my God, you have 2 timers going.
Well, this is how I usually do this, is if I'm trying to farm for keycards, which is keycards and money, which is what I'm doing now, I just activate all of them at the same time so that I can save the most amount of time for later as possible.
I'm curious about something. Do you ever plan to show off the Easter egg here that needs like jetpacks?
I will.
Okay, good.
Eventually.
I've never seen it myself because I don't have that kind of luck, so that'd be fun to see.
Well, Command exists now. This is
right.
This is the one thing about Command that I do like, is that it allows you to see a lot of the hidden shit in the game.
So what is... You've mentioned a lot that Command has some issues with controller.
Yeah.
I mean,
Menu
what is
speed,
it? Is
I
it
believe,
just...
is the issue.
Yeah. It's that your scroll speed just is way too fucking fast to be able to tell what you are doing.
Okay, because it does it based on, like, you're holding it down as opposed to individual presses.
Keyboard mouse master race.
Oh, key blow me.
Key blow me. I do want to point out what I'm actually doing here first, though. The thing is that I said earlier that money is not a thing for this bit. There's a weird thing with how Command works. And the way that Sacrifice works. And that is that, essentially, first off, Sacrifice doesn't only make it so that chests don't spawn, it also makes it so that drones don't spawn. It also makes it so that shrines don't spawn. But the thing that it doesn't prevent is the chests in the armory.
Yeah, I saw that. The gold chests, yeah.
Yeah, those still spawn just fine, and they give... And essentially the things in the game that can give only set items, like the chests in the armory and the cabinets in the med bay, they can still only give those items even if you have Command on.
Huh. Now, on that note of the chest in the armory, you lied, because you got a red item right there.
I said I never got a red... I said I never got a red item that I got to pick.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I got the ATG launcher here, which admittedly it's nice. I would have preferred a wicked ring.
Yeah. See, whenever I get an ATG launcher, I always consider it a good day, because that's such a great weapon.
God,
it is.
You managed to keep your play pretty well balanced, so it's not so much of an issue, but every so often I just look down at your command bar and realize something's locked, and it just, oh my god. I'm like, oh, why isn't he shooting for a bit? Oh, that seems weird. And then I look down, and there's a big-ass lock on your normal shot, and it's like, oh, god damn it. Ow.
Oh, wow, you got a use item. What the?
That's the other thing, is that, for one reason, is that the container, I can't remember what the hell it's called in the captain's cabin, will still give you a use item.
Oh man.
Even if you have Enigma on.
That's great.
Because the thing is that otherwise, there's a reason for this, otherwise the thing would go like, oh, that's a use item, turn it into a small Enigma, and you could just farm small Enigmas off of that thing.
Wow.
Until you had an infinitely usable use item, and ow!
Whoa, what? Where'd your health go?
Wished, dude.
I bet you wish you had mushrooms right about now.
That was one thing that I did notice while I was actually looking over this footage, was I was just like, oh, man, I really should have gotten a fungus. And the other thing I'd like to point out really quickly is that I know that I have 12 Lensmaker's glasses. That's a thing, and I have like 3 med packs and all that. But the actual amount of items that I have gotten throughout this run...
Prescription.
Yes, prescription is going to be my use item for the rest of this game. But the actual amount of items that I've got throughout this run, just... Normally, you would have, 2 times the number that I have at this point.
When I first saw beta footage of Risk of Rain, people would have, 3 to 4 rows, sometimes going off the screen because they try to, max it out. This is, this really weird thing of you've got a lot of items, but you don't have, variety in them.
Because I went for the Lensmaker's glasses thing that didn't work.
I don't know, it's working pretty fine right now. I'm looking at these 900 damage crits.
Oh, well, that's mainly because I do 500% damage on a 60% attack.
Yeah.
And I did get another ATG right there, which is gonna come in handy, and another one after that.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, stacking ATGs is fantastic.
Yeah.
But now, the thing is that I've opened all those chests, the warehouse has nothing in it.
Time to fight.
This is what I'm going into Providence with.
Oh god.
You'll be fine, or else we wouldn't be doing this, LP. Spoiler alert, he wins.
Well, fine then. Jeez.
This is new. What's
That's
this?
the way that is the way that people figured out how this achievement works, is the fact that this only has 9 those indicators at the bottom only have 9 artifacts on them.
Holy crap, you're just carving up Providence.
Yep. But the thing is that some people would think that his shield is based upon a timer. It's not. It is when he gets to a certain percent of health, he'll just do it.
Yeah, I figured that out as well when I was like... I think I had my first victory with this game as this really, like, strong miner. And I got him to, like, low HP really fast, and he was just like, okay, time to turtle.
Yep. And usually when I fight Providence, due to the fact that he has a really abusable AI, I don't do what I'm doing here. But I am going to abuse his AI in this case, because this was like my 5th time fighting this guy.
He goes, nah, done. Let's finish this.
Yeah, so instead of, fighting fair or anything like that, I'm just gonna stand on this ladder.
Yeah, I do that too when I'm the miner, because that's not fun getting hit in the face when you're low HP. Now, you mentioned you decompiled the game's files a while ago, and I want to bring discussion to...
Let's not do that yet.
Alright, fine.
I have a lore video coming up that will be discussing that.
Alright, cut that content out then.
Yep. So it's essentially, like, the thing with Providence right here is really that before, in my previous runs, I didn't get a green item until, like, the 4th level in a lot of cases.
Those worms are gone.
Yeah.
Hashtag those, they're gone.
And right there, the game bugged out a little bit and gave a thing some health. Now, fortunately enough, right here, I do get the chance to take mild advantage of a few things, because the thing is that the shield that Providence gains, which is what makes him a massive problem in these runs, does not apply to his shadow.
Oh, so you're gonna get kill bonuses off your shadow?
So essentially, the shadow is pretty much a non-entity when you have glass
huh.
like it exists, but it will die very quickly. And this is also why I grabbed this thing as fast as I freaking could, was because that's, like, the only way of getting through Providence's shield in a lot of cases.
Oh, neat. I didn't know that. I always, held off on it when he was in shield mode because I was afraid it would be wasted.
No, it will still do the same amount of damage. The thing is that Providence's shield puts certain damage types down to 1. But as I pointed out with our first Monsoon run with Acrid, Acrid's Caustic Sludge deals damage to him through the shield.
Whoa! What?
Yeah.
I love Acrid,
because
and I never knew that. Shit.
Because of the fact that it is a different damage type. It is a poison damage type, and his shield only blocks certain damage types.
Does this also mean that, what's that thing called?
Yeah?
The AoE, like, parasite thing? I forget what it's called.
Infection does not work the same way.
Ah, okay.
I don't believe. Actually, I could be wrong about that one. But fortunately enough, like, I was very excited at this point, because it actually looks like I'm winning for once.
Okay, what happens?
Well, nothing happens, actually, but I do something a little bit dumb, if I remember correctly. Right about... No, I don't. There we go. And we have it!
Oh, dang, you gotta level up too, sick!
Good job.
Right here, I'm actually in mild shock. I was kind of like...
Yeah, I know the sensation of, like, oh my god, I did it!
Oh, dang, new artifact, too.
That's what we were here for.
It's a giant eyeball. Ugh.
It's a weird eye thing. And what that is the Artifact of Origin. And there's our record for the time, and here's what the thing looks like once you get it. Imps invade the map every 10 minutes.
That's awesome!
Yep. In all honesty, it's actually one of my personal favorites, partially due to the flavor behind it. But with that, that's over and done with. I will be doing this again later. This was the achievement to get the thing. Now that I've gotten more used to having the artifacts around, expect a challenge run in the near future where I'm going to be taking every artifact onto Monsoon.
Oh God, Monsoon. Does that mean the what's it called are still there? The unique champions?
Bladed?
Yeah, bladed.
They're everywhere. I'll see you all then.
Later.